Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into the show. Like always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Get all the updates. We'll be covering this team 24/7 leading up to next week's NBA trade deadline, so be sure to stay tapped in with the content. Coming at you with a midday report today. Obviously, we were supposed to do a big collaboration later today. I'm going to have to push that back a couple days, probably until Monday, just because I have some things to take care of today. But I couldn't miss the opportunity to briefly discuss what has happened now today, what's in the news, the Sixers stratosphere. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I am trying to not get too high or too low leading up to next week's trade deadline because I've just been sitting here reflecting and thinking. And it's just like, you know what? I mean, the trade deadline is going to come and go, and we've all expended a lot of energy into this team. And it's just, it's frustrating, like always, just thinking, you know, are we going to throw away the rest of this season and just wait and see what happens? I don't know. But really, by next Thursday, which is now a week from today, I mean, whatever happens is going to really tell the tale. It's going to tell the story about what is going on. We just got to get right into this. But first off, one tidbit from today I want to mention. Coach Calipari from Kentucky was on the WIP show, and apparently Doc Rivers had told him personally that Tyrese Maxey will never be included in a trade. That was a big topic of discussion yesterday, and we talked during Sixers and Wizards about how I would not throw Maxey in for Beal. I don't think I would throw him in for anything because this kid just continually shows star potential. He's showing, you know, the upside, and he's 21 years old. He's already grown his game incrementally more than a guy like 2.5 did in 5 years. And Tyrese Maxey just has that star potential, and you just see it. And he's just elevating and ascending, and he's been great. So shout out to Tyrese, and I don't see any way, honestly, that he gets moved, but just wanted to throw it out there. Anyway, we have to get into what happened. So obviously, if you know you saw or came across one of my recent videos, Shaq pretty much put 2.5 on blast last week on TNT when he was asked about the situation. Pretty much just saying, you know, he's being a baby and the situation just keeps getting worse and he should be out there. And then he actually went to a point where he had said, honestly, it was 2 different appearances, but Shaq went to the highest point where he was just like, you know what, get rid of him. He's not good enough. And the Sixers should just rock with what they have and try to make some kind of move and just get what they can. And I agree with that. And we're just at a boiling point now where like I said, you just don't imagine it can get any worse, and it does. And Shaq was on the podcast today. I think it's called The Big Podcast with another lady. I forget her name, but she does a great job. And she was just asking him about the whole situation from TNT. And Shaq was, you know, he just went off for about 2 minutes, and he even got into more detail, which now has sent the Twitter world on fire, because apparently after he made those comments, 2.5 DM'd him pretty angry or frustrated or complaining or whatever, trying to pretty much tell Shaq that he didn't know what he was talking about. I'm going to play the audio clip. I had to chop it up a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't get hit with a claim or anything. But just take a listen for yourself, man.
Let me tell you why I'm pissed off. Magic paved the way for Mike. They wasn't making no money. Mike paved the way for me to get all that bread I was getting. I paved the way for Garnett. Ben Simmons messing the money up. Because first of all, they already think we're spoiled. Mm-hmm. They already think we don't deserve it. You're making $40 million, and the only reason why you're not playing is because your coach called you out. You're making us look bad. And I've been in this moment many times. They asked, hey, you think you can win with Shaq in the fourth quarter? And all my coaches said he got to step up and knock him down. They all said that. I didn't go, man, I got 38. I missed 12 free throws. Yo, trade me, get rid of me. He acting like a baby. So he kind of got in my DM and said some things, and I said some things back.
What'd he say?
I can't do that.
He said some things.
No, I can't do that.
So wait, Ben Simmons DM'd you after he heard what you said last week?
Yeah. All I said is you leaving your man out there, you need to play. That's all I said.
Okay.
And he said some things, but I'm not going to elaborate what he said because that's not cool. He was mad.
Mad at you?
Yeah, he's probably mad because I'm his LSU brother, and I am.
Yes.
I'm still his brother.
So here's what we know. We know Ben Simmons DM'd Shaq after seeing him on TV. We know Ben Simmons was mad. We know Shaq came back and said, "You're leaving your brother out there. You need to play." So I can deduce within that what Ben said to you was either it's not my fault, and you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly like that. I realized this after I left LA. I don't believe I've been my whole career fighting for a useless title. Shaq, you the man. Shaq, this your team. But in reality, what the does all that mean? Don't mean nothing.
Right.
Don't mean nothing. I could have won 8, 9 championships with that man instead of we both arguing about who team it is. And I talked to them. I had to go speak for Philadelphia, and I told them, I said, don't fight over useless titles. Fight for each other. Don't give it away by being, oh, it's Joel's fault. I don't want to play. It's coach's fault. I don't want to play. Listen, he went to LSU. I care about him. I want to see him succeed. I want to see all these young brothers succeed.
So a lot to unpack there, man. As someone who has covered, honestly, this entire situation from the first day, 7 months ago up until now, we've seen the entire timeline and how it's played out. It's honestly just sad at this point. It's sad. I have a couple main thoughts. I'm not going to go on and on and on because, like I said, we'll see what happens by next week, but this situation is just out of hand. First thing I want to say is thank you, Shaq. As someone on the national media stage, and obviously, you know, they don't want to cross certain lines because they can't. I respect the heck out of Shaq. Not only was he one of the great, players on the court, but he's a smart-minded man, and he's not afraid to speak his mind. And this entire time, he's just been nailing it every single time. He's been direct, he's been honest, and he's speaking the truth, man. And I'm glad somebody on the mainframe, somebody in the limelight, is not afraid to put their thoughts out. So thank you, Shaq. We have now gotten to the point where 2-5. So the guy, and again, I'm not going to speculate on his mental situation and all that, but let's be honest, that was used months after a lot of things were brought up, and then it was brought up during the whole contract thing when you started getting fined. Didn't you say that you were going to be the guy to stay away from socials and from all that and just, do your thing? I've had this feeling he's on social media every day, even though he says he isn't. He's looking at this stuff. He's watching. And, you just got to be embarrassed. Like I said the other night, this guy looks more selfish than ever, man. This team, even though we had a tough loss last night, even though it's been ups and downs this year, the Sixers are still playing pretty good ball for missing a max salary slot in their lineup. And you know what? I've had more fun watching this team this year than ever. And that's saying a lot because it has looked bad at times. But this team is gritty and they fight. They fight unlike, this man. They fight unlike this man, and they're playing in spite of him. And during that whole practice thing that happened months ago and up to now, it's just embarrassing. It is truly, I'm embarrassed to even have had you associated with the Sixers. That's how embarrassed I am, because the difference between guys like him and Joel Embiid and Tobias, right? Those guys played bad in the playoffs last year, in certain games. But what did they do? They came out after the series. They took accountability. Like Shaq said, you're sitting out an entire year. It is 51 games to this point. You are not playing. And not even that. Some guys are not built for Philly, man. Okay, fine. Come back, say the right things, get your value up a little bit, and get out of here. You could have been on a 9:30 a.m. flight months ago. I just don't understand your thinking process. It's like either this dude is so far up in his own head that he thinks he's on top of everybody, or he really just will not come back and even try. Like he is that fearful of everything. I don't know. It's gone to an insane situation. Uncharted waters, man. There's so much we have never seen before. And this just happens in Philly. We get 2 of these kinds of situations with him and Markelle Fultz in the span of a couple years. And it's draining, man. It's frustrating. And like I said, I'm really just going to not try to expend too much energy on it until we get to the trade deadline. But at the end of the day, he is miserable, and this is pathetic. This is one of your most pathetic acts yet. You're going to try to tell a great of the game, a great who's not afraid to speak his thoughts, who is one of the most dominant players in the league, that he doesn't know what he's talking about because you're being soft and will not come out and do anything. You won't say anything. You won't play. Apparently, he's there late, at 10, 11 at night when everybody else leaves. Don't you feel weird in that situation? You've pulled every card. You've pulled everybody's accountability card. You've blamed everybody else. Now you're blaming greats of the game, and you won't take a damn look in the mirror and realize that, honestly, Philly supported you for years. All you had to do, even if you played like crap, right? Even if Tyrese Maxey has a bad game, that kid's 21. He's grown his game in a year, and he will come out and take responsibility, and he wants to get better. He has that drive. You guys think I'm playing around when I make this take about 2-5, maybe never playing again. Okay, maybe he'll play again if he gets traded. But honestly, if he doesn't get better, he's not playing more than 2 to 3 years in the league. He doesn't have the desire. I just don't get how it's so hard and how it's everybody else's fault, and we get all of these, nuggets of information. Just come out and do something. This team is playing good. They're in the top half of the Eastern Conference without you, and you want to go to some bottom-of-the-barrel team and be in your own situation because not everything is aligned to you. Well, guess what? Grow up. That's how life is, man. And I've had enough. And Shaq, thank you. And for all those people that keep saying, oh, well, he's going to come back. No, he's not. He's not coming back ever. He's not playing. And that's why you need to make the trade now, because this is like sour milk, man. This is like the house is burning down. It's only getting worse. And when we get to the offseason, we're not getting anything of value for him, because now another piece has pulled down his value because he doesn't look strong-minded. And other GMs are going to take that into consideration. That's all I got, man. I don't have anything else to say about it. Drop your thoughts down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And show some support for the guys that come out here and put the jersey on every single night and go to war with the squad and are willing to fight, man. That's all I got. You guys have a great one. Peace.
Perfect.